grade 12s, welcome to Life Science, and today we're going to have a look at dihybrid crosses, right? Now, we've already gone through monohybrid crosses and we've had a look at genetics and how things work. So you should know around about how things work, right? Now, please get this. When you did the monohybrid cross, it seemed quite easy, okay? Now, with the dihybrid cross, it gets quite complicated. But because you've done the monohybrid crosses, we can skip a lot of the stuff with the dihybrid crosses. So let's see what we have. Firstly, when we have mono and dihybrid crosses, well, when you have a dihybrid cross, should I say, you need two different characteristics. For example, you've got your eye color and you've got your hair color. So that's two different characteristics, okay? Next thing, you've still got the genotype. So in other words, remember we looked at that, the big B and the small b, right? And you're going to have two types of those. So you might have a big B and a small b and a big T and a small t. Right? The next one we're going to have a look at here is your F1 and F2 generations, the same as your monohybrid crosses. So that's simple. We don't have to explain too much of that one. Okay. And then we have your phenotype. Phenotype, physical features. Remember that? Physical features. So like I said, your eye color and your hair color. So green eyes, blonde hair. Okay. And then, of course, we have the P1 and P2 generation. Your P1 meaning your parents 1 and your P2 meaning your parents 2. Your F1 meaning your offspring 1, your F2 meaning your offspring 2. Right, so these are all the things that you need to know about crosses, should I say, your mono and your di. Okay, but we're going to have a look at this complicated one called a dihybrid cross. Now, this whole lesson is just going to be examples. Okay, and I'm going to give you a lot of examples. So what I'm going to do is the first one, the very first one, I'm going to go through it with you. So make sure that you follow the steps and make sure that you understand it. Now, before we go through it, remember how we set it out. Forget about what is written there. Let's have a look at how we set it out. So we're getting rid of that part. Okay. First thing we need to do, remember, you've got to put P1 generation. Okay, you got to say what the P1 generation is, and you've got to give the two things. Here I've only given the one. You need to give the genotype and the phenotype. So you've got to give your genotype, I'm going to put a G there, and you've got to give your phenotype. Remember that, okay? Then you got to mention the word meiosis, and what do you get from meiosis? You get these funny words called your gametes, and you've got to fill out your gametes. Once you've got your gametes, okay, what happens with the gametes? They go through fertilization, right? And that's where fertilization is. And then we get to the crosses. Now, look how big this cross is, okay? Now, I want you to watch. Remember when we did this in the beginning, you had a cross that only had those squares in it, 4 squares. Or should I add these on as well so you can see? So we used to we used to put something in there, something in there, something in there, something in there, and we used to fill out the 4 crosses. Now, have you noticed, watch carefully, there's 4, and there is 4, and there is 4, and there is 4. Can you see? So now, instead of just having 4, I have 4 of the ones that we had for a monohybrid cross. Okay, so it becomes so much bigger. So now just think, if I had 3 traits, I'd have 4 of this whole structure. And that's just three traits. Now just imagine how many traits you have. I'm talking about eye color, skin color, nose size, ear size. I'm talking about everything about you is part of this. Okay, so your cross is huge, huge. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to erase it because I need to use this so that I can actually show you what is going on and how to do this, okay? And it's very important that you concentrate while doing this so that you don't make mistakes. Remember, this one is very complicated. Remember, after you've done the crosses, you need to give me the genotypes and the phenotypes. And of course, you've got to, in this case, we want a ratio, and I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, so here we go, right to the top. Very easy. Okay. In garden peas, here we go. In garden peas, tallness, which is a capital T, is dominant. Okay, so we all know which is dominant. Okay, so tallness is dominant over shortness. So tall will have a capital T, short will have a small t. Okay? Then you'll have auxiliary flower, in other words, the growing right on the top. That's an auxiliary flower, is capital A, which means it's dominant. And the terminal flower, which means a side, is small a, which means it's recessive. Okay? What are the expected genotypes? Okay, so I was going to say we don't need phenotypes and phenotypes. So they're looking at what it'll look like and what it will, what its genotypes will be. Okay, of the offspring if a heterozygous. Remember what hetero means? Different. Heterozygous tall heterozygous auxiliary plant is crossed with a heterozygous tall terminal plant. Heterozygous terminal plant. So let's see how this works. Let's give the genotypes first. Okay, so if I had to put this down, now this is how we think about it, and I'm doing it slowly. I'm going to give you time. Okay, so we have a heterozygous tall plant, and heterozygous tall means it's like that, big T, small t, it's heterozygous, okay, because you put the traits together. And then it also is a heterozygous auxiliary, an auxiliary, which means it'll be a capital A and a small a. Got it? There we go. And we're going to cross it with a heterozygous tall, which is heterozygous. It's the same, big T, small t, and it's got a terminal plant, which means it is small a, small a. Can you see that? That is just the genotype. And of course, the phenotype, all I have to write there is a tall, should I say here, a tall, what was it? It's a tall auxiliary flower and a tall terminal flower. That's all I have to put there for the phenotypes. Right, so we've done the basics. Now comes the difficult part. We need to go through meiosis and find the genotypes. Okay, now to get this, or should I say the gametes, not the genotypes, the gametes. Okay, now when we look at gametes, we need to understand that each one of the traits gets put together. Okay, so watch this. I need to take this T and that A and put them together. So I've got capital T, capital A. Can you see that? Plus, I'm going to put a and sign there. Okay, I need to take that T and that small a. So I'll have big T, small a. Plus, okay, I'm going to have that small t, which is small t, and this big A, so it's capital A. And I'm going to have that small t and that small a. So it's and big T and a small t and small a. So that's the genotypes. There's 4 different types that we can get. Let's have a look at the other one. Same thing, big T, okay, small a, and big T, small a. Look, it's the same, big T, small a, and it's the same here, small t, small a, and small t, small a. Small t, small a. Don't forget the and, otherwise I think it's the same thing. So that is your gametes that we need. Right, okay, so here we go, fertilization happens, and let's see, let's write down all of these things in there. So we have big T, big A, okay, next one, big T, small a, next one, small t, big A, and next one, small t, small a, okay? And I want to move this down. And the next one, I have big T? Yeah, big T, small a. And the next one, big T, small a. And the next one, small t, small a. And small t, small a. Now I've got everything that I need to actually do this cross. Okay, there we go. That's what we need. Now it's very simple. Let's just fill in the blanks. So I'm going to change pen so you can see what's going on. I'm only going to do this piece first, and I'm going to use the T's first. So there's a capital T, there's a capital T, there's a capital T, there's a capital T. Can you see all the capital T's? Okay, then I'm going to go to the left-hand side. See, this side now. So there's a big T, a small t, a small t. Okay, can you see that? Now I'm going to do the A's. Capital A, capital A, capital A, capital A. And it was just because I went down in that direction. Okay, now I'm going to go across again. So it's small a, small a, small a, small a. How cool is that? It was very simple, hey? Let's have a look at the next one. We're working down. You get big T, big T, big T, big T, and it's all the T's again. This side, it's big T, small t, small t, and of course it's small a, small a, small a, small a, and on this side it's same, small a, small a, small a, small a. Can you see how I'm doing this? It's quite easy, hey? Then we're going down here, it's small t, small t, small t, small t. Okay, and if we look at this side, capital, remember capital comes on the other side, so it's there, capital T, it's a small t and a small t, and of course the A is capital A, capital A. Have you noticed how these things take forever to do, hey? But I promise you, it pays off at the end, trust me. Same thing here, put all your T's down, and don't rush it, hey, because you can make big mistakes, lots of mistakes by doing this, okay? And you won't even notice it until the end, okay? And then you've got to redo the whole thing and erase, and your paper's going to look messed up. So now I've filled out the whole thing, okay? Everything's there. Now, let's see what I can do here and find out. They want to know the genotypes and the phenotype ratio. Okay, now, I'm going to do something that's going to show you how to do this. Okay, I'm going to extend this page quickly. Oh, come on. I'm going to extend the page as soon as I can do that. There we go. Extend the page. Bring this up again. And this is how you do it. Okay, first of all, I want you to write this one down. So it's big T, big T, big A, small a. Big T, big T, big A, small a. Big A, small a. Okay, can you see that? Big T, small a, big A, small a. How many of those do we have? So let's cross them out. Let's see. There's one. Okay, there's two. Can you see it? All big T's, two big T's all the time. There's only two of them. Can you see there's only two of them? I'm happy. So there's two. Okay, let's bring it down. There are two of them. Okay, let's go to the next one. We have, let's go big T, small a, small a. Big T, small a, small a. We happy with those? Let's see how many of those we have. Big T, small a, small a. We have one. We have two of those. Can you see that? Let's see if there's any other ones. Look. No, there's only two of those. Okay, so let's bring that down. How many of those do we have? We have two of those. Okay, let's go back up again. Can you see how I do this all the time? It's quite cool. And let's see, big T, big A, small a. Let's bring it down. Big T, small t, big T, small t, big A, small a. How many of those do we have? Let's see, there's one, there's two. Okay, let's bring that down. Which one, what did I say that was again? Big T, big A, small a. Big T, big A, small a. And remember, I said there was two of those, and there was two of those. Oh, wait, that is exactly the same one, isn't it? Okay, next one, we have big T, big A, small a, and let's see how many of those we have. We have one, two of those. Can you see that? Is there any other ones? Ooh, have a look. I've just seen something else. What's here? There's big T, big A, small a, same as that one. Big T, big A, small a, so there's another one. So there's one, two, so there's three, four. See if there's another one. So it was four, not two. Look at that. Okay, so it was four, not two. There's four. Let's go back up. Big T, small a, small a. Let's go there. Big T, small a, small a. Let's count those quickly for you. That's one, two. Let's see, three, four of those. Can you see there's four of them there? Let's bring this down. There's four of those. Okay, back up again. See, all the rest are crossed out. We only left with big T, small t, big A, small a. Oh, come on. Small t, big A, small a. Let's see how many of those we have. big T, small t, big A, small a. There's one there, there's two there. So there's two of those. So there's two of those. And the last one is small t, small t, small a, small a. And if I bring that up there, two of them. There's two of them. So let's see. That is everything that we have. Okay? So that is the genotype, or how many of those we have over there. That's quite cool, huh? Now let's see. What is the ratio? And if we have a look here, they want the ratio. So there's 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2. So if I have a look at it, the ratio is 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1. Can you see how that ratio is? So let's put that down. Okay, so the ratio is big T, big A, small a. I'm sure that's what it was. That's it. It's one of those. Okay, 2. Let's see. So 1, let me erase there. Small a. 2, 1 again. Big T, small a. 2, 2. Big T, small t's, big A, small a. 2, 2. Let me move it up again so we can see big T, small t, small a. To big T, to 1. Let me erase again. It's there. To 1. Come on. Small t, big A, small a. 1 small, big T, big T. See how quick it is to get confused and how you can make mistakes, right? So you have to concentrate on this very carefully. So there's 1, big T, small t, big A, small a. Hey, yes. Big A, small a, and then the last one, there's 1, big A, small t, small a, small a. So that is the genotype ratio. And then, now let's have a look. Now they want to know what's the phenotype or what you see. Okay, so we know, if you have a look, if it has a capital, it's tall. So this one is tall. So that one is tall and it's got a capital. So it's tall and auxiliary. So it's tall and auxiliary. Okay, so it's tall. Okay, there's tall and it's lateral. I'm just going to put lateral there for the moment. It's tall and auxiliary. It's tall and lateral. It's short and auxiliary. And it's short and lateral. So let's see, how many are there altogether? Understand how I've done this. Okay, so tall, there's that one and that one. So together there's 3 of them. Can you see? There's 3 of them. There's 2, not 3. There's 2 plus 4 is 6 of them. Can you see? So we tall and auxiliary, okay, there's 6 of those plants. You happy with that? Okay, so that's those ones crossed out. Tall and lateral, there's 1. So let me do that. There's 1 and there's 1, okay, which means there's 2 there, there's 6. So tall, tall and lateral, there's 6 of them. You happy with that? Because we added those 2 together, okay? And that leaves these ones over here. Short and lateral, there is 2, and short and apical is your auxiliary is 2. So let's see. Altogether, the ratios that we have. So we're going to have, watch carefully, you're going to have tall, and I'm just going to write it like this because we don't have much space. So it's tall and auxiliary, there is 6 of them. There's tall and lateral, or we call it terminal, okay? There's 6 of those. There's short and auxiliary, short and auxiliary. There is, let's see, short and auxiliary. There is 2 of those. There's 2 of those, and short and lateral. we said lateral here, is 2 of those. So that is the whole sum. And look how long it takes to do it. Right, it takes a long time. Okay, so after that, I think we need a break. What I want you to do, okay, is have a good break. When you come back, you're going to do one. Okay, so make sure you have that break. You ready? I'll see you in a few minutes. Welcome back. Hopefully you've relaxed and you're ready to go cracking and full blast ahead, right? Please remember that I did this slowly. Okay, so I've done this slowly. You need to get used to doing this in test conditions. Okay, so when I do this, I explain to you how to do it. So make sure when you do this, you do it a little bit faster. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to give you it. I'm only going to give you the sums, and I'm going to, well, let's go give you the sum. I'm going to give you 3 minutes every time. Okay, and this is what we're going to do, and then I'm going to go through it with you. So make sure you concentrate and make sure you do everything right. So I'm not going to fill everything out. I'm not going to write everything out when I explain it to you. I'm going to give it to you the best I can. Okay, are you ready? This is the sum. In horses, coat for black color is dominant, and they want you to use a capital B, which is over chestnut, which is a small b. Okay, and then trotting gait, okay, is dominant, which is a capital T, over pacing gait, which is small t. If a homozygous black pace is mated with a homozygous chestnut heterozygous trotter, remember, you've got to concentrate on the work, what will the probability of the genotype and phenotype of the F1 generation? Okay, you need to concentrate. Read it, get all the information first, and then give me everything that you've got, right? And I'm going to give you 3 minutes. So make sure you use your time wisely, okay? Because in an exam, you'll only have a little bit less than 3 minutes, so get used to doing it. Are you ready? Off you go. Cool. Let's see if you got it right. So let's try and rush through this quickly. Right. Homozygous means the same, and it's black, and it's a dominant. So we know we've got 2 capital Bs, okay? And we know that it's a homozygous black pacer, which means we have 2 capital Ts. Simple. Then we have, it's crossed with the other horse, which is homozygous chestnut. So it's small b, and we know that the chestnut is a heterozygous trotter. Ooh, is that possible? Okay, heterozygous trotter. What is a trotter? Is a trotter the dominant or the recessive? It is. So can this be the big T or the small t? Look at it carefully. I made sure that I did that. You need to know that that one has to be small t's. Why is it small t's? Have a look. Your dominant, or where is it? Your trotter is your dominant, and your pacer is your recessive. So your heterozygous pacer would be, your trotter would be capital and small. That's what we have. That is your genotype of your parents. Okay, so let's cross them over. The gametes is going to be big B, small t, big B, small t, big B, small t, big B, small t. And remember, you need to put the and sign in there. Okay, over here, it's going to be small b, big T, and small b, small t, and small b, big T, and small b, small t. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We've got all the genotypes. We need to put them all in. If we have a look, it's big B, small t, big B, small t, big B, small t, big B, small t. Okay, and over here we have small b, big T, small b, small t, small b, big T, small b, small t, right? And you are going to get the following. Big B, small b, big T, small t. Big B, small b, big, small t, big B, small b, big T, small t, big B, small b, small t, and they're all going to be identical. Okay, all of those are going to be identical, so they're all going to be the same. Can you see they're all going to be the same because it's the same as that? Okay, so let's see, what do we have? Okay, so we are going to have one of every one of those. So let's see, we have the genotype or the F1 genotype. We've got a big B and a small b and a big T and a small t. How many of those do we have? We have 1 there and we have 1 there. So we have 2. The ratios 2 for that one, and we have over here 1, 2, 2. So the ratio, if I have a look at it, the ratio, this will be big B, small t, small t. The ratio, let me just erase this because I'm talking before I even explain things to you. The ratio is going to be big B, hey, don't erase. The ratio is going to be big B, small b, big T, small b. There's one of those to every one of big B, small t, small t. And that means we're going to have both dominant, remember big B and small t, which means you're going to have a black, and it's going to be a, which is it? Is it the pacer or the trotter that's the dominant? Trotter is the dominant. Remember, I'm going to abbreviate so we can get through this. So it's a black trot, okay? And how many of those are we going to have? If we have a look at it, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're going to have 8 of them. Okay, we're going to have 8 of those, and we're going to have 8. The other color was a chestnut, and it was a pacer, hey? Yeah. Was it a pacer? Trying to have a look. Yeah. Bring this all the way down. Pacing. And we're going to have chestnut pacing, 8 of those. Can you see how quick I did it? Okay. You did it a lot slower because you filled out everything. Make sure you fill out everything. Okay. I see this immediately so it goes quickly. Right, so that was the first one. I'm going to give you another one. Let's see if you can do another one for me. Here it is. A rabbit has color code black, which is dominant, over brown, okay? And short hair, which is S, is dominant over long hair. In a cross between a homozygous black short-haired male and a brown homozygous long-haired female, okay, what is the probability of the genotype and phenotype of the F1 generation? Okay, 3 minutes. Are you ready? Off you go. Hopefully you got this right. Let's have a look. Remember, while I'm doing this, I'm doing it shortcut so that I can get to the answer as quick as I possibly can. Okay, but you need to fill out everything. Don't forget, don't be lazy, fill out everything. Okay, here we go. We know that we have the two rabbits. We have a dominant, complete dominant, which means it's big B, and we used S, big S, big S. I hate using S. Please don't use S's unless they tell you to, okay? And then we have a small b, and a small s, okay? And we cross them, and the the gametes is big B, big S, and big B, big S, and big B, big S, and big B, big S. Okay, so it's all of them. Okay, I know that looks like a 5, but that's just me writing. Then this one is small b, small s, and small b, small s, and small b, small s, and small b, small s. Okay, there's 4 of them. Okay, so that's all of those. Now, you've got to fill it into its place. Please remember, I know that I'm filling out all of these things, and I'm just putting them down. You need to write P1. You need to write meiosis, you need to write gametes, you need to write fertilization. Don't forget, we're not giving it to you. You must write it. I put this down to save time. Okay, here we go. Big B, small s. You see how quick you can make mistakes. Okay, so it's big B, big S, big B, big S, big B, big S, big B, big S, small b, small s, big, small b, small s, small b, small s, small b, small s. And if you add them all together, because you can see they're all identical, make sure you fill it out. You're going to end up with this big B, small b, big S, small s. And it means you're going to have the genotype ratio, or you can say it's 100% big B, small b, big S, small s. Okay, and it means that they are all black and short. Okay, so it's 100% black and short. Okay, so those ones were quick. You're going to have a break because I need a break. Okay, and then when you come back, we're going to go into the last few, but these are going to become a little bit more difficult. Right, so enjoy your break. I'll see you soon. Welcome back. Now, a lot of the times when we do crosses, okay, we normally don't do humans, okay, because we're more complicated. We normally use animals, as you've been seeing, okay. But the next slide, I'm just going to get there already. The next slide, I want you to understand, okay, that the two biggest things that we know that's quite cool is your earlobes and your tongue, okay. Now, if you have an earlobe, and if you look at my screen and the face looks like that, if you have an ear and it comes down and the earlobe does that, can you see a little gap there? And you have an earlobe that does that. Can you see right at the bottom over here? Can you see the one is loose and the other one's not? Okay, it means the one is dominant and the other one's not. And the other one, if you look at me, is this thing. If you can do this, you can roll your tongue. Some people can't, and trust me, I've seen it, where they try so hard and all they can do is this. They can't roll their tongue. It's a gene. It's not their fault. They cannot do it. It's part of life. Okay, so let's have a look at it. Okay, imagine that a couple is planning to have a child. Okay, the male is heterozygous for tongue rolling. Okay, heterozygous for tongue rolling, which means tongue rolling is dominant. Okay, and homozygous dominant for unattached earlobe. Homozygous dominant, which means unattached, is the one like this over here. Okay, it's unattached. The female is homozygous recessive, okay, for tongue rolling. In other words, she can't roll her tongue. Okay, homozygous recessive, yes, she can't roll her tongue. And heterozygous for unattached earlobes. The couple is curious about the possibilities of their offspring inheriting their traits. The ability to roll one's tongue is dominant, which is R, over the non-roller, which is small r, and unattached earlobes is capital U, are dominant over small u. Okay, so this is a difficult one. Okay, make sure you concentrate, and let's see what you can come up with. Off you go. You've got 3 minutes. Right? 3 minutes, go. let's have a look what we've got. Cool. So if we have a look at it, we have a homozygous dominant for unattached earlobes. Okay, the male is heterozygous for tongue rolling, okay, which means he's capital R, small r, okay, and homozygous dominant, so which means he's got big U, big U. And the mother, let's see, where's mother? The female, homozygous recessive, which means small r, and for tongue rolling, and heterozygous for unattached, so it's big U, small u. Okay, so that is what the genotype is. Let's have a look. You have big R, big U, and big R, big U, and you have big R, big U, sorry, it's not big R again. Let's cross that one out. You've got small r, big U, and that's supposed to be an and sign, and small r, big U. So that's what we have for there. Here we have small r, big U, and small r, small u, and small r, big U, and small r, small u. So there we have all our genotypes. Okay, let's have a look. We have big R, big U, big R, big U, small r, big U, small r, big U. There we go. So that's what we have there. And if we have a look at this one, we have small r, big U, small r, small u, small r, big U, small r, small u. Okay, so it actually looks quite simple, right? So let's have a look what we have here. Capital R, big U, capital R, small r, big U, big U. Big R, small r, big U, small u. Big R, small r, big U, big U. Big R, small r, big U, small u. Okay, so that's that one. And this one is going to be identical to that one. And if we go to this one, it is small r, big U, small r, big U, small u, small r, big U, small u, and small r, big U, small u. So those are all identical. Okay, so that's small, that's big. So the ratio, that one and that one are going to be identical. Right, okay, so what do we have here? Got to make sure that we can complete this because we want to make sure that everything is done. So I'm going to rush a little bit. If I can get to everything that we have all the way down. Okay, so let's see. We have big R, small r, big U, big U. Do we have? We have one of those. We have two of those. Okay, which means we have four. We have four of those because this one is identical, right? We have big R, small r, and we have big U, small u, and we have 1, 2. We have four of those. We're happy with that, okay? And over here we have small r, big U, and we'll have four of those, and we'll have big R, big U, small u, and we'll have four of those. Okay, so what can you see from that? It's all a 1-to-1 ratio, so the genotype will be big R, big U, big U. There's one of those for big R, big U, small u, to one of those to small r, big U, small u, to small r, big U, small u. Okay, so 1-to-1, 2-1, 2-1. So for every one of the one, there's one of the other, right? Does that make sense? Okay, and now we need to do the genotype. Okay, so we know big and small, big and big means they've got attached earlobes. So let's see what we have over here. Okay, so rolling tongue is R for us. Okay, unrolling tongue, I'm just going to put it for now as we're putting it down there. R, unrolling tongue is U, and we said earlobe is the imaging, a couple, yada, yada, yada. We have female has unattached earlobes, and so that's rolling tongue, non-rolling tongue, okay, attached earlobes, non-attached earlobes. Okay, I'm just putting it down so I can write and it's a lot quicker. Okay, so we have, here we have a rolling tongue and a, U is your unattached, so it's a rolling tongue and unattached. There's one of those. Well, how many? There's four, sorry, there's four of them. There's four rolling tongues. No, there's not. There's 1, 2, so there's 8 of them. There's 8 of those, okay? And if I have a look, there is 8 rolling, non-rolling tongues, and what's the other one? It is unattached. No, sorry, attached. Attached. So we have 8 attached and non-rolling tongues, and we have 8 unattached and 8 rolling tongues. Right, so that's why I said it becomes so difficult. And can you see how I'm trying to rush because I've got 14 seconds left, which means that our time is up. So that's why I'm trying to get to it as quick as possible, okay? Concentrate, breathe, give me everything, even if you don't finish it. Make sure everything is perfect, and I'll catch you soon. Cheers.